But real quick from Raw, overall, I thought it was a good show. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought the wedding was abysmal. It was an absolute atrocious segment. Terrible TV. I don't care what anyone says. I was there. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen live. People wanted to leave. Oh, the crowd ate it up. No, they fucking didn't. People were saying the what chant. They were pooping all over it. The whole, oh, I was her first girlfriend. I was his first boyfriend. Blah, 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 blah. All that other shit. Liv Morgan coming back. It was a fucking disaster. It was terrible. But I can't say it was a bad show. Overall, I thought they did a pretty good job of putting together one good final show of the year. Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy had a great match. Kevin Owens and Joe and Rollins and AOP kicked off the show on a high note. That first 45 minutes of the show was great. The Orton swerve I thought was really well done. Charlotte and Natalya bored me to tears. Who gives a fuck? The Rowan squash. Who gives a fuck? The McIntyre stuff was fine. Street Profits and OC was good. And then Andrade and Ricochet was good. Solid. Not what it could have been, but it was fine. But the main event segment with the wedding shit was just terrible. It was an all-new level of bad, even for WWE. I don't hate weddings in wrestling. It's just that this one was so terribly done. I can't possibly defend it. And I was there. Again, I sat there for 20 minutes watching this thing live as it unfolded, thinking to myself, what the fuck did I just watch? What's going on right now? It's one of those things I would watch with a non-wrestling fan and be embarrassed to be a wrestling fan of, while watching it, That's how bad this was. But overall, I thought it was one real final solid show for 2019 from WWE with Raw. Dynamite was even better. I thought Dynamite last night was a really, really good show. They had a great opening match between Cody and Darby Allin in the same stage at the Dally Place, whatever it's called, in Jacksonville, where they had their Fyter Fest match 6-7 months ago. Cody won this time decisively. Really, really good opening match. The 4 women's match was also great between Rio, Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Hikaru Shida. Rio won, and only to be attacked by Nyla Rose afterward. She will face Chris Statlander next week for her AEW Women's Championship. Jon Moxley and Trent was a very good match. Probably a little longer than it needed to be, considering Trent isn't on the level of Jon Moxley, but I thought it was still good. Trent has beaten Pentagon Jr. before, so it's not like it was Orange Cassidy in there going 20 minutes with Jon Moxley. That would be ridiculous, but I thought this was good. Sammy Guevara versus Dustin Rhodes. This I thought was a good match. They furthered the feud between Dustin Rhodes and Jake Hager effectively. Sammy Guevara is just a national treasure. The guy's hilarious, and I'm glad he picked up his first major win, I think on Dynamite so far. I'm not sure if he's won on Dynamite prior to this point, but I'm glad he won here. MJF's promo addressing Cody and the stipulations for their upcoming match at Revolution was also really, really good. He's got to first have a steel cage match with Wardlow on Dynamite before then. He's got to be whipped by MJF 10 times with his leather belt. A lot of shit that Cody has to go through before he can get his hands on MJF at the pay-per-view, which also include him not getting his hands on MJF himself before the pay-per-view at Revolution in Chicago next month. But still, I thought this was very well done. I'm looking forward to MJF and Cody at the pay-per-view. And finally, we had the Elite versus Pac and the Lucha Bros in the main event, which was really, really good. The exact type of match I was hoping for from these 6 guys. Went in there, all action, fucking killed it. The Elite went over, back on track, teasing tension with Adam Page afterward. Very much looking forward to seeing how that plays out and see where that angle is headed. But overall, a really good episode of Dynamite, and definitely one of their overall stronger shows of, I was going to say of the year. Obviously, the year just started, but since Dynamite started a few months ago, I thought this was a really, really good show. So strong effort from AEW here.